All right, starting with week 5, we begin Arkansas picking up a road win against Bama. So, as I kind of alluded to earlier, I believe Bama losing its number 1 rank. Air Force picking up a home win against Buffalo 35-8. Clark with 300 plus yards rushing. USC picking up a road win against Arizona State. Broadcasted game, last minute touchdown. Central Michigan 36-33 over Western Kentucky. A nice passing game there. Florida State picking up a road win against Clemson to stay undefeated, picking up a ranked win as well. An ACC conference battle. And following the theme, North Carolina picking up a win against Georgia Tech on the road in a defensive battle. Found this picture interesting here. A nice one here of ECU. No, I love how the fans are celebrating it. No one's looking at the play. Maybe they're all looking at the big screen. But ECU picking up the 37-15 win over UAB in Conference USA play. Southern Methodist 35-10 on the road against Memphis. Maryland picking up a 30-17 win in out-of-conference play at Navy. Louisville, who I will mention more, picking up a road win against Mississippi State 28-21, impressive one. And like this picture here, for as much as some of us complain about the game, seeing things like that's pretty cool. And also, cool picture, cool play, as it would end on a Hail Mary, as you can see there. Very, very cool play. It's New Mexico State 21-14 at home over Rice. We've got Northern Illinois 31-10 over Duke. 2 touchdowns passing and a touchdown on the ground by the lead running back. Mizzou on the road 22-20 over Oklahoma. Big win in Big 12 play. And going to TCU, I'm trying to remember who it's against. Highlight reel put together by Chesker. And just let it play here. Fumble recovery for a touchdown. And nice pick 6 there. I really can't remember who that's against, and the screen's too small to tell. And the bad thing is, when I was putting this together, I really was trying to remember this one because I kept forgetting. You can see Wesley stepping up for pass block not needed. And Hicks catching a pass there next to the linebacker and taking it to the house. There we go, Texas Tech. All right. Shutout win, 26-0. And Wesley with a good game on the ground. A cool pick. Wish I could jump that high. Texas A&M, 35-0 over Okie State as the Cowboys struggle with passing the ball. This was a cool game to watch. Utah State and Wyoming as it went to overtime when it looked like Utah State would be out of the game. Then they get an onside kick and it looks like they're going to win the game in regulation. Very, very cool game to watch. And Washington, home win against Cal in conference play, 31-28. And VT, as always, making me do some extra work here. A nice pick there of that interception, turning in one-handed snag. A momentum changer, I'm sure. And then quarterback dropping back and airing a deep spinning catch, and he's able to get a foot down in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. And later on, you've got quarterback keeping it on a scramble up the middle. They pick up a win on the road, 27-14 in the backyard brawl. Running, not so much, but passing, 200 yards plus by both. So looking at games that were not covered in here, we got Tulsa beating BYU 24-17 on the road. Bowling Green 20-15 on the road against Miami of Ohio. Going down some more. South Carolina picking up a win in SEC East play against Vandy 21-17. And ULL 35-14 over Florida Atlantic. Sunbelt action there. Washington State over Idaho 17-13 out of conference play. And then still got some big games left. You got Oregon at Arizona. Big game for both teams. What else do we have here? Boise and Fresno should be a good one. Hawaii and LA Tech should be a good one. Georgia and Ole Miss. Florida, Kentucky. Interested in seeing how that one turns out. So going to week 6, Arizona State picking up a win. 37-34 over Oregon State. Broadcasted game, lots of points scored, lots of big plays had. Fun one to watch and talk about. Arkansas at home, 31-0 over Tulane. Wyoming on the road, 17-7 over Bowling Green. Pick there, BYU and Utah State. As BYU's defense played good, Utah State's quarterback struggled as BYU picks it up at home, 33-3. Texas Tech on the road, beating Kansas 23-16. And a cool pick there. Celebrating a touchdown, obviously, but nice pick of the stadium in the background as Texas A&M good passing game going. Tanner Hill and picking up a big one on the road against Hawaii. Dealer and Miami beating Vandy 31-21. Marshall at home 38-31 over Buffalo. 289 yards by their running back on the ground definitely helped. The nice pick there as New Mexico State on the road picking up the win 21-7, even though Christian did not complete a pass. Air Force 38-14 on the road against Navy as military branches do battle. Notre Dame on the road as well, picking up a win 16-7. Guess that's just a theme this week. And it continues. Michigan State 27-13 as they remain undefeated, picking up a win against Ohio State. And they are struggling. Rice 34-27 over Southern Miss on the road also. And it's going to continue in this one too. It's TCU traveling down to the Q to play San Diego State. And Ryan would be picked off over the middle there after TCU gets a touchdown. A nice pick there. And Ed Wesley, just like he did during the matchup in the real life season, running over and through for touchdown. And Battle picking it off. Ryan again there. Nice one. And Dawson over pursued, trying to go for the pick. Swat misses and off to the races for a 35-yard touchdown as TCU gets the win 24-7. And Sunbelt action again. Big Mike picking up a win there, running in for the touchdown as he wins 28-10. As Robinson threw 5 picks for Troy. Not surprising playing Mike, and this could also go with the New Mexico State game with the Hail Mary as user player of the year. Nice back juke there for the touchdown for the Gators, doing the chomp, but Bama would take a chomp out of the Gators as they pick up the road win 23-13. So Bama bounces back, and Driscoll with 5 picks on the day in this one after having a 5 TD game earlier in the season. Utah at home, 34-21 win. Wisconsin continuing their role this season. White, good game on the ground as they beat Nebraska 2017. Then we go to VTech and Clemson, trying to fit a pass in between the safeties, but it gets covered up pretty quick. Pick in the end zone. And then we have the hit stick fumble. And then a bomb deep one-on-one coverage, unable to make the interception, and a dive into a tackle, which is broken, as Clemson would get the score, and they would pick up the one on the road, 34-31. So impressive win for them. And looking at the games that are not on here, Wake Forest picking up a win on the road. Northern Illinois over Central Michigan on the road. Texas over Iowa State 33 on the road. I guess that's just how it is in this one. It seems like 90% of the guys that won in this block were on the road. And Auburn 45-24 at South Carolina, big for them. I missed the Pitt and Rutgers one, didn't catch that one in time. South Florida beating Southern Methodist at home 22-19. Houston over UTEP on the road 30-0, I believe it was. And still got some big games left here. Northwestern against Illinois. Baylor against Kansas State. Brett and Buckeye had a good one last season. What else? UCLA and Stanford, when that one gets played, that'll be a good one. So we're going to look here at conference play and see what's going on here. Kind of messed up now with the timing because some games got played since I did it. And I probably should have did it at the same time. Crap, I can't remember who played what. But we have sitting right now, at least at the time of this video, Wake Forest sitting ahead of Florida State. That game would be played, actually, and based on the outcome, Florida State now leads the division. They are 2-0 in conference play. Wake Forest is 2-1. You've got Clemson hovering behind with 1 loss, BC, and NC State and Maryland with 2 losses. So not out the picture yet, but definitely not in good position. You go on to the Coastal. You've got UNC and Miami, both undefeated. UNC 2-0, Miami 1-0. Georgia Tech 3-2 right now. Good start for them. They're 2-1, and VTech and Virginia both have 1 loss, and Duke has yet to play a conference game, so still anybody's race. North Carolina definitely has the upper hand at the moment, but they're going to have a tough block coming up soon. So we will see as the season progresses how that pans out. Going to the Big 12, Texas A&M sits at 4-0 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Pretty much everybody has a loss except for K-State and Baylor. Neither of them have played a conference game yet. That will come. As for Oklahoma, they have 2 losses, and unfortunately for them, it's against Mizzou and Texas, 2 teams that both are ranked in the top 25 and expect to do well. So they're going to have to work some magic, run the table, and get a tiebreaker in order to have a shot at winning the conference. The Big East, you've got Rutgers as the only one with a conference game played, a win against Pitt. And just looking at the conference in general, Rutgers is undefeated at 2-0. Louisville also playing good football right now, 3-0. And then you've got UConn and Cincinnati, 2 of the favorites, coming into the season, 3-1 and 2-1 respectively. Looking at the Big Ten, it seems like polar opposites. So you got the Legends division. Everybody has a winning record. Michigan State and Minnesota, the Big Bro and Little Bro, undefeated, 4-0 and 3-0 respectively. Northwestern 2-0. Sudden Blues is yet to play a conference game though. And you've got Iowa and Michigan at 2-1 and Nebraska at 3-1. So moving to the leaders, and Michigan State and Minnesota are both 1-0 in conference play. I'm sure that should be an entertaining game later on. And the leaders, Wisconsin and Indiana, both with winning records. Everybody else with a losing record, and both of those guys are 1-0 in conference play. So a long way to go. Conference USA, the East Division, East Carolina is 5-1, 2-0 in conference play. UAB is 2-2 behind them overall, but 1-2 in conference play. And then you've got Southern Miss and Memphis 0-1. A long way to go there, but East Carolina is going to have the edge more than likely. We'll see how it pans out. The West, Tulsa and Southern Methodist are 2-0 and are 4-2 and 3-2 respectively. Rice is 1-0, and then you've got Houston at 1-1. They'll make their run as the season progresses, and then UTEP and Tulane 2 losses. with the Independents, Notre Dame, very good season so far, 6-1. Army 4-1, good run game going there, no surprise. And BYU and Navy are 4-2, so Independents definitely deserve some love here as they are all playing good and doing very good on both sides of the ball, it seems, so far. See, I know Army's giving up a lot of points, but they're both of these guys are getting the stops when they need to get them. Going to the MAC, the East. The Bowling Green in the East. No one has a winning record in the East, but Bowling Green is 1-0 in conference play. And you've got Miami, Ohio, Buffalo, and Akron all with a loss. In the West, Ball State and Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan all have a win in conference play, 1-0, and Central Michigan is 0-1. So still a long way to go there. Nothing to get excited about. In the Mountain West, Chusker off to a good start as anyone would expect. TCU's one of the better teams in the conference, but Chusker with that defense is doing very well. 4-1, 2-0 in conference play. Not a whole lot going on. Wins against Air Force and San Diego State. So those are the only conference games played. And then Boise is 1-2 right now, so that may be something to keep an eye on. When conference play gets going, they should be able to right the ship. And going to the Pac-12, in the North Division, Washington is 1-1. Cal and Oregon State are both 0-1. And that's all you've got for conference play. Oregon and Stanford are both undefeated, 2-0 and 1-0. And we'll see how they do once they get going there. In the South, myself, Southern Cal, 2-0. And Arizona State and Utah, 1-1. And that's it for now. UCLA and Arizona, once they get going, we'll see how they factor into the race. It's going to be a wide open race down in the South. And Colorado, let's see what they do once they get started as well. SEC, the East. Georgia 1-0. Florida and South Carolina both 1-1. Tennessee 0-1. Vandy 0-2. That's in conference play. Overall, Georgia 4-0, still undefeated. Good start for Dre. Top 10 at the moment. Florida 4-1, even with the loss to Bama. Of course, we know they'll still be in the race. And Champ, after struggling out of conference, we'll see if he can pull things back together in conference play. Looking at the West, Bama, got the loss. They're 1-1, and Arkansas is 1-1. You got Mississippi State at the bottom at 0-3, and then Mississippi, LSU, and Auburn are all undefeated. Auburn leading the pack at 3-0. They'll have a game with LSU coming up soon, but Auburn off to a very good start, and glad he's ranked 11 at least, so seems that people are paying attention to what he's doing. In the Sun Belt, I'm just going to say Big Mike is probably he's definitely in the lead so far, and there's 9 conference games, I believe. 8, because there's 9 in the conference. So he's 4-0 in conference play. Stimpen is undefeated as well, but 2 have not played a game in conference. And in the WAC, no conference games yet, so nothing to be decided. So that's it for a recap, and up next will be coach interview.